So let's talk about Epstein, and not only the Epstein list, but the Trump list. So they said that there was no list, but Trump has one. They told us there was no Epstein client list after decades of him trafficking underage girls to the rich and powerful, after flight logs, black books, sealed testimony, photos, survivor statements. They looked the public in the eye and said, there is no list. Not because it doesn't exist, but because the names on it sit in Congress, on corporate boards and judges' chambers, and yes, in Trump's orbit. Epstein wasn't just a predator. He was a supplier to the elite. And when he died, the system sealed the truth with him. But Trump, he gave us his own list with his own hand-picked monsters. On January 20th, 2025, Trump issued mass pardons for those who attacked the United States Capitol. And many of them weren't just traitors to democracy, they were child predators, rapists, domestic abusers, stalkers, and killers. While the public begged for Epstein's client names, Trump proudly handed out clemency to these men. This is the list they didn't seal. This is the list Trump was proud of. The ones pardoned by Trump, the predators and abusers. David Paul Daniel, pardoned by Trump for assaulting Capitol Police and then indicted for child pornography and sexually abusing a minor. A literal child predator. And Trump set him free. Matthew Huddle, pardoned on January 20th and 6 days later, shot and killed by police just during a traffic stop. Why does that matter? Because he had a known history of child abuse. Trump knew. He didn't care. Shane Jason Woods, pardoned for assaulting police on January 6th, then got drunk, got in his car, and killed a woman. Trump didn't just forgive a violent man. He enabled a death. Brian Battisti, pardoned, then convicted for violating a stalking protection order. The court had warned that he was a threat to women. Trump handed him a pass. Peter Schwartz, 38 prior convictions, domestic violence, assault, terroristic threats. Trump looked at that history and said, you're good to go. That just isn't corruption, it's complicity. Those pardoned by Trump, the violent offenders, who then quickly reoffended. Emily Hernandez, pardoned by Trump, and then killed a man in a drunk driving crash, now serving 10 years in prison. That's blood on Trump's hands. Edward J. Kelly, pardoned for January 6th, later convicted of plotting to assassinate FBI agents. He's now serving life in prison. Trump called him a hero. Benjamin Martin, pardoned and then convicted of felony gun possession despite a domestic violence record. Another walking threat, given clearance by Trump. Zachary Jordan Allen, pardoned, arrested months later for burglary, from insurrection to petty crime, enabled by presidential power. Brent John Holdridge, pardoned, then busted for stealing copper wire. Not a patriot, just another crook. Nicholas Oakes, Trump set him free, and he was quickly reindicted for 9 new federal charges. Because when you're loyal to Trump, crime isn't punished at all. It's rewarded. Kerry Griffin, pardoned and later arrested for harassment and trespassing. Trump didn't just overlook his behavior, he validated it. Daniel Charles Ball, pardoned on January 20th, arrested again 2 days later for illegal firearm possession. Trump didn't reform him, he rearmed him. Jeremy Michael Brown, pardoned, caught with explosives, a sawed-off shotgun, and classified documents. The DOJ fought to wipe his record. That's not justice. That is a deal. Jose Ball, pardoned, immediately rearrested for other federal gun violations, a pattern, and Trump was the enabler. Dan Wilson and Elias Castanis, pardoned, Trump's DOJ erased their illegal gun convictions altogether. That wasn't law and order. That was political favoritism with a body count. So one list was sealed, the other was signed. They told us there was no Epstein list. They sealed files and they protected powerful men. But Trump, he handed us his own list, loud and proud. He pardoned the abusers, the stalkers, the violent, unstable, the unrepented. And the same people who benefited from Epstein's silence, they benefited from this silence too. Elected officials who partied with Epstein, men who flew on his plane, and Trump himself, who once said that he liked younger girls and called him a terrific guy. These stories are not separate. They are one story because they're all about protecting power, powerful people. One list was buried, one list was pardoned, and both are now part of the same crime. They sealed the Epstein files. Trump signed his. You know the truth now, so don't stay quiet. Share this, speak it, and don't let another predator hide behind power again. If you got this far, I surely thank you. Thank you for listening. Truth to power.